Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Fight Break. Oh wow, Street Fighter 2 on the Game Boy. Released in the States in 1995. Oh wow. Yeah, and also in Japan, actually the same month and year really. In Europe, I don't think it ever says when, but in Europe, it was also released that the same year. All right, but anyways, Street Fighter 2 for the Game Boy. Now, if you're wondering why does it sound, well, the music in general sounds a lot from Super Street Fighter 2. Well, specifically the first Super Street Fighter 2, not Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, but Super Street Fighter 2. Well, keep in mind that this game was released in 1995, so at that time, Super Street Fighter 2 was already out in arcades and I think consoles. But anyways, this is basically a mixture of Street Fighter Champion Edition. No, I'm sorry, Street Fighter Hyper Fighting and Street Fighter 2. I know there have been some Wikipedia sites that say elements from Street Fighter Champion Edition was implemented, but it's because of the techniques that you're going to be seeing throughout this episode. So it's a mixture of both Street Fighter Hyper Fighting and Super Street Fighter 2. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, you're about to see for yourselves. So let's head towards option, and yeah, this is the proper default. Game level is at 2. So alright, so let's head towards normal, and here is where we see some, well, familiar pictures. Yeah, this isn't the portraits from Street Fighter 2. In actuality, these are portraits from Super Street Fighter 2 and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Alright, so I guess for this playthrough, I'm gonna go with Guile here. And my opponent is gonna be Chun-Li, because we're going to China. And yeah, notice that I'm using the Super Game Boy add-on things, which, you know, you'll actually see that you're seeing in the background. And also notice that Chun-Li did her Kikoken the way she does in Super Street Fighter 2. Because if you played Street Fighter Hyper Fighting, the way she does the fireball is the same motion that she uses when she does her fierce punch. Almost gotcha. Ow, and I lost. So yeah. So this is what I mean by it mixes Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting with Super Street Fighter 2 minus the 4 new characters that we got for Super Street Fighter 2, which is Cammy, T-Hawk, Beilong, and DJ. Alright, so for the buttons, B button is your punch and A button is your kick. Now, depending on how you hold the buttons, well, how you press the buttons, if you tap lightly on the B button, on the punch button, it'll do like a jab. If you press and hold, well, it'll do a fierce. Same thing for the kicks. Like that, when you just tap it, it'll do a light attack. But when you press and hold, when you press and hold, it'll do like a fierce, you know, like a strong attack. All right, so let's go back. Oh, and they took the sound effect from Street Fighter 2. I forgot to I didn't notice it. All right, so let's do this again. Yeah, because I messed up because I lost the fight. while I was trying to explain the like the like the features of this game. Come on, oh, there we go. And also keep in mind that there are no bonus stages. So I did a test playthrough of this game, and well, the whole way, and found no bonus stages unless and that win pose. Normally, you would see that in Super Street Fighter 2, not in the original. Not in World Warrior, not in the Champion Edition, not even in the Hyper Fighting one. And also, if you're wondering, this should be an awful game. Like I should have used this as an episode for initial 2 place awful games, but no, I actually like this port. Call me crazy, but I actually like this port. I really do. Like, it gives you the action. The buttons, however, even if they're very limited, because remember, Street Fighter 2 and beyond gave you the was a 6-button fighting game, and well, when it was brought to the Game Boy, you only had 2 buttons. Alright, so next up is Zangief. We're heading towards the Soviet Union. Yeah, keep in mind, when, if I remember correctly, it was Ultra Street Fighter 2 came out, they changed it from USSR to Soviet Union, you know, to keep up with the times, you know. And also keep in mind that the music you're hearing is directly from Super Street Fighter 2, not the original, you know, not World Warrior, not Champion Edition, not even Hyper Fighting. This, the soundtrack that they used was from Super Street Fighter 2. Alright, so we won the first round against Zangief, but again, there are people that say that this port isn't good. Me, I really enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. I remember playing this via the keyboard a long time ago when I first started playing retro games via emulation, and Street Fighter 2 was one of the Game Boy games was there, and I really enjoy it. I really do. I don't care what people say. Oop, and down goes Zangief. But this port I really do enjoy. So call me crazy, but this is a good port of Street Fighter 2. I know, if I remember correctly, there were some magazines that gave it bad reviews. I just don't remember. If there was, maybe I should look. I should have looked that up too. But anyways, some sites gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, like EGM. They gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, while Famitsu magazine gave 29 out of 40 or 21 out of 40, which is kind of low scores. But me, I enjoy it. Sonic Boom. Alright, so far so good. So we now are in our mirror match here. And ooh. So this version of Guile's theme, this one is from the original one. Oop, I can't forget. Gotcha. Yeah, this is the original version from Street Fighter 2, from Street Fighter 2 to Street Fighter Hyper Fighting. And the only thing I wish they could have done was continue the music, not start over from the beginning of each round. I mean, yeah, I can understand hardware limitations, but it would have worked. In my opinion, it would have worked. Like, keep the music going, you know, for for the remainder of the fight. It would have worked. But all in all, I enjoy. Again, I really do enjoy this port. For me, it's easy to play, like easy to learn, like even if you got a button mash or something. And the moves are, if I remember correctly, in Mortal Kombat, specifically the one for the Sega Master System, you would actually have to, in order to do the special moves, you have to do them in a specific speed. However, in Street Fighter 2, well, that's not the issue. Like, whenever you want to do it, like, you just do it at the proper speed, just like in the arcade game. And that's cool. And that's really, really cool. So, also notice that you see Ryu doing the fireball, which is not the version you see in Street Fighter 2 through Hyper Fighting. And also when he does the hurricane kicks, that he does, well, specifically the air hurricane kicks, are from Hyper Fighting, not Super. Because for Super, whenever he does the hurricane kicks in the air, either he shoots diagonal up or diagonal down, depending on how far you're up in the air or how low you're going down. Like, and as you can see, the fireball is the Super Street Fighter 2 version. And also, yes, it does exist. If you do the fire version of the Hadouken, which is the full half circle, the half circle punch, and you get hit by it, yeah, you do get hit by flames. So, bam, down goes Ryu, and I win. Whew. Same thing for Ken, when he does the fierce version or the strong version of the Shoryuken, it'll show flames. You wouldn't see that in the original Street Fighter 2, not unless if you were playing Super Street Fighter 2. Alright, so next up is Blanca. We are in Brazil. Let's skip this. And yeah, this version of... oh yeah, and by the way, the Ryu theme that you heard was from Super Street Fighter 2. Same with Blanca. Guile's, it's from the original Chun-Li. Is from the Super version. Oop. Ow. And I must say, like I said, the sprites for the characters do look good. And as I said, this is a really good port. I don't care what anybody says, this is a really good port. And I enjoy it. It's fun and easy to pick up if you're willing to play this version. I know that there's another handheld Street Fighter game in the form of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Revival for the Game Boy Advance. But also keep in mind that the Game Boy Advance had 4 buttons, the B and A and the L and R. However, in the option menus, you're able to configure the buttons the way you want. And down goes Blanca. Oh, come on. Sonic Kaboom! Flash kick! Oh, barely. I was able to hit Blanca with it. But again, I really recommend the Game Boy version too. Because if you enjoy playing the arcade versions, the console versions, then you're really gonna enjoy the Game Boy version too. Alright, so next up is Ken. Since we already took on Guile. And again, the Ken theme is directly from Super Street Fighter. Because if you were to play Street Fighter 2 World Warrior and through Hyper Fighting, it would the pitch or the pitch would have sound different, and a perfect. All right, we got a perfect. Guile wins, or you win. And thankfully, if you had 2 Game Boys and 2 copies of the same game along with the link cable, you would have gotten some serious one-on-one action. You and a friend going at it at this game, and you'll have fun. Thankfully nowadays, emulators for mobile devices, you know, Android or iOS devices and Android devices, GBA emulators have been updated significantly for the best. You know, that will allow link up via either Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. That's up to you. So you'll have some good multiplayer action. Are you bad enough to fight with me? Right. Next up is Balrog, Boxer, which I like to call him. Ooh, excuse me. Balrog, also known as Mike Bison or M. Bison. So yeah, again, keep this in mind. When Street Fighter 2 came out for in arcades in the US, some names had to be changed in order to avoid lawsuit. For example, Balrog here, in actuality, his real name is Mike Bison. Since the name was like very close to Mike Tyson, they wanted to avoid a lawsuit, so instead they changed it to Balrog. Vega, who's going to be our next fighter, they had to switch the names around. So basically, Boxer, Claw, and Dictator, in the US, they were known as Balrog, Vega, and Bison. Well, in Japan, Balrog here was known as Mike Bison, Vega was known as Balrog, and Bison was known as Vega. Yeah, it's confusing, but you'll get the idea. Alright, so here we go. And if I remember correctly, in Street Fighter 4 and its updates, if you're in a stage, if I remember that you're in an airport, and if you were fighting one of the 4 bosses, of the main bosses, you know, Balrog, Vega, Sagat, and Bison, let's just say if you were fighting Balrog first, Vega would come out of the plane. And if you were fighting Vega, Balrog would come out, and if you were fighting Bison, then Boxer would come out. So yeah, confusing. Wait, there's no Vega. I just realized that there's no Vega, and it went straight to Sagat. They omitted Vega or Claw. They omitted Claw. Why did that? I forgot all about that. They omitted Claw. Oh wow. It would have been good to have all the characters from Street Fighter, from World Warrior to Hyper Fighting, everyone, but they omitted Claw, or Vega, or Balrog, however you want to call them. But yeah, that's exactly what they did. I didn't know. I didn't know that. Seriously, I did a test playthrough throughout the whole game, and I thought all the other characters were there, but then just right now it dawned on, it just hit me that Vega isn't in here. Oh wow. Yeah, I just noticed that Vega is not in here. Or Claw, not in there. Oh wow. Alright, so we are now in the final stage against Bison, aka Vega, in Japan. Alright, so, and yeah, it's exactly from Super Street Fighter 2. The music, so. Oops. Come on. Ow. Oh, okay, I got him. I got him. Punch, punch, punch. German suplex. Whew. And also notice that you don't see any audience in hardly any of the stages. Alright, so so M. Bison or Vega or Dictator is our final boss as usual. It would have been cool if they added Goki or Akuma in the handheld. That would have been great. But nope, we have to wait until Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Revival for the Game Boy Advance until Akuma made his appearance in handheld form. Yeah, if I remember correctly, there's Street Fighter Alpha for the Game Boy, which also plays very, very good. And that's it. Congratulations, presented by Capcom. And also keep in mind that I played it on game level 2, so I'm not sure if there were any endings. I apologize because of the difficulty I put it on. But anyways, that's it. That is Street Fighter 2 for the Game Boy. Again, call me crazy, but this is a great port. A great port of Street Fighter 2, and I really, really enjoy it. I don't care what anybody says. I really do enjoy the game. Call me crazy, but this is a good port. So, until then, everyone, thank you for tuning in on this episode of Fight Break. Take care, and God bless. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and share with all your family and friends. If you're enjoying my content, consider subscribing to the channel, and don't forget to click that bell to receive notifications for new videos. Take care, and God bless.